Hello, everybody. Welcome to Seeds of Faith. I am your host, Amaya, and we're going to get started with today's episode. So, we are going to talk about the changes God has made in my life. Well, everything that's changed in my life since I started following God. So, we're just going to hop right into it. We'll probably read some scripture as well. But we're going to start out with, like I talked about in my last episode, praying. I definitely didn't pray at all before. I didn't talk to God or go to church or anything. So that's a big change that's happened in my life, is just continuously talking to God and going to church. Like I said in my first episode, I never went to church growing up. And if I did, it was with other people's families. So those are big changes in my life, especially putting myself out, because I never did that before. And to be able to go out and preach to people and to talk about God and how good He is, and doing this podcast, like, I would have never thought that I would be here doing those types of things. Another big change, I would have to say, is what I listen to. So I went from listening to rap, bad songs with lots of curse words and talking about nasty things. And I've completely turned that around. I don't listen to anything but worship music or Christian music. Like, I listen to rap, but it's Christian rap. And nothing that has curse words, everything that talks about God. Like, that's the only thing I listen to, which is so crazy because my music taste used to be so bad. Like, just what people say in their music nowadays and what I was singing and in the car and listening to was just not good, especially for my beliefs now. So that took a 360 real quick. I listen to nothing but holy music. I'm not saying that it's bad if you do, but if you have strong faith with the Lord, listening to those things, I think at that point you should be asking yourself, am I doing what I believe in? Am I doing what God believes in? Because that's what I had to do, is just really think about that. And I made an instant change, especially when it comes to like movies and TV shows or reading. I used to read very, very inappropriate things. What women usually read, romance novels that were just talking about things that aren't good. I used to read those all the time. And then someone brought it up to me that, that is like another version of porn, which is a sin. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I never thought about that. So I instantly gave that up too. And like, the only thing that I even read anymore is like self-help books, books that are published and written by people who are Christians and that worship God. That's really the only thing that I read anymore. And I used to be a big reader, especially when it came to those novels. So putting that completely in the trash can and moving forward, it's done such good things in my life. And it made me realize, like, why was I even reading those things in the first place? Why was I listening to those things in the first place? But I'm like a completely different person now. I was reborn once I got saved. So the amount of changes that happened are so crazy. Like, let's talk about my clothing for one. I used to wear very inappropriate clothing, very short tops and short shorts, or revealing any part of my body that I shouldn't have been. And now I am covered. I have like 2 pairs of jeans that have holes in it, and they're in my knees. I just, like, sitting, they're a little bit higher, but really, like, I wear baggy pants, baggy shirts, sweaters, and all my stuff is Christian apparel. Like, the change that I made, I'm to the point now where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start covering my head. Like, wearing head coverings. Like, I've been seriously looking into them, and some of them are so cute because it talks about in the Bible so much that women should wear head coverings, especially when they pray. And I know that a lot of people are like, well, that's because that's when the Bible was written, that was what was acceptable. Well, my views are so strong when it comes to his word. So seriously, I've been looking into it, and it makes me so excited. It makes me so excited to be able to buy Christian apparel and to dress modestly and proper and not trashy. I used to dress so trashy. And I look back at photos or like a year ago today, 2 years ago today thing, or like my social media. I look back on that and I'm like, what the heck was I thinking wearing that stuff and thinking that I looked good and thinking that that was okay. Like, you can see such a change if you have me on social media of when I started following God and how completely different I was dressing. I love how I dress. My whole wardrobe changed. I literally had like 3 bins of clothes that I just completely stopped wearing and I'm getting rid of. I just went through them and I'm like, what was I thinking? But now I've done so much shopping and I changed my wardrobe and I absolutely love it. I know us ladies, we absolutely love when we change our wardrobe and we buy new clothes, and it's so exciting. But that was a big turn for me, and a big turn. The only thing that I struggle with, and I can say truly to you guys, is cursing. That one's been a hard one for me, and I've gotten so much better, especially when it comes to talking to people. But I still kind of struggle with that. And I've been trying to make it a priority to not do that. I pray to God that He helps me, and it's a work in progress. Let's talk about that. It's just a work in progress. But I'm not a perfect Christian. I've had women tell me that you're the perfect Christian. I strive to be you. And I'm like, hun, I am not perfect. None of us are perfect. Do I try really hard to be? Yes, but I am not perfect. But it makes me feel good that you look up to me and what I do and how much I've changed. It's gone to the point where I just want to remove all my tattoos too. I looked into tattoo removal because I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate this being on my skin. I hate it. I know this is probably an episode of just like weird things about my life and that what have changed, but I think it's important and it shows that I was not a perfect girl. And I'm still not a perfect girl. Like, I have so many things that I'm working on and I'm trying to change, but there is so much that I have changed. And talking about it with you guys maybe it can help you guys take a look at your life and see what you want to change as well and see that it's possible. It's so possible. So much has changed my thought process, how I talk, what I talk about, how I think, what I wear, what I read, what I watch, what I listen to. I just started over, and it makes me so proud to be where I'm at compared to where I was. I truly was reborn after I got saved. I love my life now. God is so good to me. I am so happy. I'm absolutely ecstatic with this podcast and how my life is going and where I'm at. And I'm just so happy to take you guys along for the ride. And it makes me so happy to get all the support that I do from you guys. So thank you for that. It's really important for me to express that to you guys. All the people that have gone out of their way to listen to me and tell me how much they support me. I pray that you guys are blessed. All of you are blessed. And God gives so many good blessings. He is so good. But this is basically just saying that no one is perfect. I am not the perfect Christian. That's impossible, you know? We're gonna look in Timothy, actually. and read. Hold on, let me get there. 1 Timothy, let's just start at 8, actually. I desire then that in every place the man should pray, lifting holy hands without anger or quarreling. Likewise also that women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel with modesty and self-control, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly attire, but with what is proper for women who profess godliness, with good looks. Let a woman learn quickly with all submissiveness. I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain quiet. And then here, 1 Timothy 3:2. Therefore, an overseer must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, sober-minded, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not a drunkard, not violent, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not a lover of money. He must manage his own household well, with all dignity, keeping his children submissive. For if someone does not know how to manage his own household, how could he care for God's church? Those are so good. So good. But once I started really diving into the Bible and reading those things, then really seeing what I was wearing, instantly online shopping. I'm like, no more. And the things that I care about now are just completely different. God can change your life in every aspect. And that's kind of what this is about, is once you follow him, everything in your life will change. And it's all for the better. Just like me praying to God, asking him to take away all the bad people in my life. And then him replacing them with like the most amazing people and the most faithful, supportive people that are Christians as well. And it's so exciting to be able to start over a new life and it be on such good terms. Like before, my life was so bad. The immediate change is so peaceful. It's so peaceful. Being able to shed your old skin and just be a completely different person and be so proud of that person that you are now is, it's amazing. And I hope that anyone in the beginning of their faith that sees this and it resonate with them and they can look at their life and change and see how much he changes you. It's just absolutely amazing. And there's so many other things that I've changed in my life, but those are really big components that are so good. For everyone to be able to see that and to compliment it, that is such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling to be so good. And God chose us. And when we choose him, amazing things happen. But anyways, I think we're finished and we will talk next time. Bye, ladies.